So you want bigger arms? Because today I'll be going over my absolutely nutty arm workout that has gotten these pythons to a whole new level. Naturally, mind you, naturally. That's the biggest thing that people want to know these days is, how'd you do it? Was it steroids? No, it was hard work, dedication, and a lot of Reese's Puffs. I like to start my arm workouts with a pre-exhaust of both the bicep and the tricep. That way no one feels left out. Everyone needs to play Red Rover a little bit. So I start with a tricep pull down with a straight bar. I do this particular pull down because I think it really hits the entire tricep and gets the entire back of your arms ready to go. Following that, I do an easy bar cable curl. I try to go for a little bit closer grip. This way it hits the outer part of the arm here, not the brachialis, but the outer head of your bicep. It's not the strongest muscle, but I feel like getting that one pumped and exhausted will kind of lead to development of your other two heads. Just in my experience, it just feels the best, honestly. Pro tip, anytime you do a curl, easy, or even a straight bar, the closer you get, the further out it works, and the further you get, the closer it gets. So you come in right here. So if you grip a bar the further out, you can start working the inner head a lot more. For the superset, I did about 3 sets to 15 to 20. You want to go pretty moderate to heavy weight here. Well, okay, for beginners, don't go too heavy. Make sure you just kind of work on the movement and get the exhausted muscle ready to go. For more veterans and pros in the gym, definitely go for a pretty good exhaustion, so moderate to heavy weight. That way we are ready to get the rest of the pump going. So after the pre-exhaust or warm-up exercise, I like to go into an exercise that I want to try to progress on or get stronger at, and this time I am doing the straight bar curl to work on the peak. Yeah, so we're trying to work on the peak here, or the inner head of the bicep. Fat grips are insane for overall arm development. You do lift less weight, but I've noticed a huge difference in not only my bicep, but also in my forearm development too. I've always thought I've had pretty bad forearms, but I do think they are getting a little bit better these days. On this one, I did about 4 sets of 15 to failure. I even dropped the fat grips and went to just using the bar, and this kind of like pushed me past failure even more. This is more for your veteran or experienced lifters. For the beginners, I say go for about 3 sets of 10 to 15. I always say try to progress. If you want to do 4 sets, do the 4 sets, but if you're intimidated by it, 3 sets of 10 to 15, 3 sets of 12, you'll get a very good workout in just doing that alone. Following the straight bar curl, we go right on into the above head tricep press. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called something else, but I'm just gonna call that now. We're gonna be working the long head of the tricep on this one. This one, I like to go pretty heavy as well because you can kind of afford to, as long as your elbows are okay. Don't be afraid to use elbow sleeves if you have to. I didn't have to, but I do have them if I'm feeling like I need to use them. Now, this one's a little bit interesting. For a beginner lifter, I wouldn't go too heavy unless you have a spotter, but for more experience, of course, go as heavy as you can. I did 4 sets of 10 to failure because I did go pretty heavy here. I like to send my triceps to the doghouse, you know what I'm saying? I like to really put a lot of weight on them because your triceps can handle a lot of weight without being injured. Your biceps, not so much. You see bicep tears all the time, so you got to be careful, but your triceps, they can really handle some weight. So I try to go over and above and beyond and try to go for 4 sets of 10 to failure, okay? Again, I don't really have a spotter. I would be going heavier if I had a spotter, but you know me, I'm the lone wolf, baby. Following the triceps, and you're gonna see the pattern here, we're gonna move right on into another bicep workout. This time it's going to be the basic hammer curl. When I do my hammer curls, I do them just like this. I grab the heaviest weight I can do about 8 to 10 reps with. It's okay if you swing a little bit. It's okay to cheat a little bit, because what you're trying to do is overload that bicep, and then once you do your 8 to 10 reps, you drop it and then grab a lighter weight. So I had 65s to begin with. I'm going to go down to 30 pounds, but I'm using the fat grips. Fat grips, again, are optional. I just love to use them when they make sense. 30 pounds, I can hammer curl 30 pounds very easily. Did about 12 to 16 reps. I tried to almost double the amount of reps I got with the heavyweight. I didn't used to do them like this, and about a year ago, I watched a Bradley Martin video. Straight up, you know, the Chad himself. I watched one of his videos. He showed me this, and I was like, this is fantastic. Tried it out myself, and this is the only way I do hammer curls forever. So shout out to the big man upstairs. And don't be afraid to really load up on this. I know I just said that a bicep can't handle as much weight, but the brachialis is such a strong muscle. You can really afford to put some weight on the bar here. Again, listen to your body, make sure everything feels fine. If you do start feeling some pulling or maybe even some slight tearing, stop, right? Stop doing what you're doing, put the weight down, and then reconsider yourself here. And then for the very last exercise of this arm workout, dude, arm workouts are easy peasy in my mind. 3 bicep, 3 tricep. For the very last workout here, we did single arm tricep pull down with the neutral grip. So just like here, like you're trying to JO a monkey. And what you really want to do is pull behind you, because pulling behind you will really activate those muscles you don't really get to feel anywhere else on any other lift. And it just, to me, I feel like it's kind of like hitting the G spot a little bit, because you don't really ever hit it too much, but when you do hit it, it's like, yeah, I get it now. I understand it now. That's the same thing here. This one is kind of like your finisher for triceps, but you do want to really take it low and slow, and that is the tempo. Again, 4 sets of 15 to failure. That's kind of my standard, as you can tell here. Then after we finish that, of course, you know we got to go pose a little bit, show off the arms, see what we did, and things were looking very juicy. I was just seeing what the pythons were up to. All right, guys, that is the arm workout. I hope maybe you learned something. Maybe you can try it yourselves, but this is how I got these natural pythons, baby. Doing stuff like this, really hitting them hard. Don't be afraid to overdo some of the weight, you know, within reason. Still be careful, but you gotta hit them hard if you want to grow, baby. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.